Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that every struggle, every limitation, every obstacle in your life was not caused by the world around you, but by the thoughts within you. What if the secret to success, health, happiness, and even love was hidden in your own mind, quietly shaping your reality without you even realizing it? Dr. Joseph Murphy's The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is not just a book, it's a revelation. It reveals that the subconscious mind is like a powerful, unseen engine that drives your actions, habits, and even the circumstances you attract into your life. But here's the problem. Most people don't know how to control this power. They unknowingly program their minds with fear, doubt, and limitation, and then wonder why they struggle. But what if you could flip the switch? What if you could reprogram your subconscious to work for you instead of against you? Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Treasure House Within You. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the key to everything you've ever wanted, happiness, success, love, peace, was inside you all along. Not outside, not in luck, not in circumstances, not in other people, but within your own mind. This is what Dr. Joseph Murphy calls the treasure house within you, your subconscious mind. It's a limitless source of power, just waiting to be tapped. The problem is, most people don't even know it's there. They live their lives searching for answers in the world around them when, all along, the real answers lie inside. Think about it like a gold mine buried beneath your house. Most people never realize it exists, and so they go about life struggling financially, never knowing they're sitting on a fortune. But the few who do recognize it, they dig, they believe, they persist, and eventually, they strike gold. Murphy tells us that the subconscious mind is always working, always listening, and always shaping our reality based on what we repeatedly think. If you constantly worry about failing, you're programming your subconscious for failure. If you constantly affirm that things will work out in your favor, you set in motion events that lead to success. He shares a story about a widow who, feeling lonely, decided to impress upon her subconscious mind the idea of love and companionship. Every night before sleep, she visualized herself in a happy relationship, feeling loved and cherished. She repeated affirmations, convinced that the right person would come into her life. And guess what? He did. The subconscious mind doesn't argue. It doesn't analyze. It simply takes in whatever you feed it. So, if you tell yourself that good things are on their way, that's exactly what your mind will start creating for you. The way to unlock this treasure house is through faith, repetition, and a deep sense of expectancy. So, here's something to try. Every morning, before you even get out of bed, affirm something positive about yourself and your future. It can be as simple as, "Today is going to be a great day. Good things are coming my way." And then, before you sleep, spend a few moments visualizing the success you want. Because the subconscious is most receptive when you're relaxed, those final thoughts before sleep are powerful. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Chapter 2. How Your Own Mind Works. Now, let's talk about how this mind of yours actually works. Picture this. You're the captain of a ship, and your subconscious mind is the crew. The captain gives orders, and the crew follows without question. The problem? Most people give the wrong orders, constantly. If you say, "I never have enough money," your subconscious, like an obedient crew, makes sure that stays true. If you say, "I'm always unlucky in love," your subconscious makes sure to reinforce that belief in your reality. It's not magic. It's simply the way the mind operates. Murphy explains that we have two parts of the mind, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is the thinking, reasoning part, the part that makes decisions. But the subconscious, it's deeper, more powerful, and it accepts whatever the conscious mind repeatedly tells it. It doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. That's why athletes visualize winning, and top performers mentally rehearse success, because the subconscious takes it in as if it's already happening. He shares an incredible story about a man who had lost his arm in an accident. At first, he believed his life was over. no purpose, no future. But once he started to reprogram his subconscious with thoughts of strength, new opportunities, and purpose, everything changed. He found new passions, new ways to contribute, and ultimately created a meaningful, fulfilling life. Your subconscious is always being programmed, whether you're doing it intentionally or not. So, why not take control? The next time you catch yourself thinking something negative about yourself or your life, stop. Replace it with something constructive. Instead of, I'm bad at this, say, I'm learning and improving every day. Small shifts like this can rewire your subconscious over time. And when that happens, your reality begins to shift as well. Chapter 3. The miracle-working power of your subconscious. At this point, you might be wondering, can the subconscious mind really perform miracles? Well, Doctor, Murphy would say absolutely. But it's not magic. It's simply the way belief and the mind work together. Your subconscious mind doesn't just influence your thoughts. It influences your body, your health, your relationships, your opportunities. Murphy shares a story that's almost hard to believe, but it's backed by historical records. Dr. James Esdaile, a Scottish surgeon in India, performed over 400 major surgeries in the 1800s. Before anesthesia was even a thing, his patients felt little to no pain. How? He used hypnosis to convince them that they wouldn't. And because they believed it, their subconscious minds made it true. Their bodies responded to the belief, and their recovery times were significantly faster than normal. Now, you don't need to be hypnotized for your subconscious to work miracles in your life. You just need to understand how powerfully your beliefs shape your reality. There's a reason people who believe in their success usually succeed. It's not luck. It's not just hard work. It's the fact that their subconscious mind is already aligned with the outcome they want. They don't just wish for it, they expect it. And this applies to everything. If you believe deep down that you'll always struggle with money, no matter what opportunities come your way, you'll sabotage them. But if you start to believe that wealth and abundance are possible for you, your subconscious mind will guide you toward the right decisions, the right ideas, the right actions. One of the best ways to start shifting your beliefs is through visualization. Every night before you go to sleep, picture yourself achieving your biggest goal. Don't just see it, feel it. If it's financial success, imagine yourself looking at your bank account, filled with the numbers you want. If it's love, imagine yourself in a beautiful, loving relationship. The subconscious responds most powerfully to emotion. Murphy says, imagination is your most powerful faculty. Imagine what is lovely and of good report. You are what you imagine yourself to be. So, why not imagine the best? Chapter 4. Mental Healings in Ancient Times. Since the beginning of civilization, humans have believed in the power of the mind to heal. Long before modern medicine, ancient cultures, from the Egyptians and Greeks to the early Christians, understood that there was a force within us that could restore health. They may not have had scientific explanations for it, but they recognized that thoughts, beliefs, and rituals could have profound effects on the body. Imagine an ancient temple filled with the scent of burning incense and the chants of priests. A sick person lies on a stone altar, having traveled from afar for healing. The priests tell them that the gods will visit them in their dreams and cure them. They administer herbs, chant sacred words, and create an atmosphere of deep belief. And astonishingly, many of these people recover. Was it divine intervention? Or was it the power of their own subconscious mind responding to their faith? Dr. Joseph Murphy explains that many of these ancient healing rituals worked because they planted powerful suggestions into the subconscious. The mind accepted the belief in healing, and the body followed. Even today, we see similar effects in people who experience miraculous recoveries at religious shrines or through faith healing. The key element isn't the specific ritual. It's the unshakable belief that healing is possible. One of the biggest lessons from this chapter is that constantly focusing on illness can actually reinforce it. If you keep telling yourself, I have a terrible back pain, you're programming your subconscious to maintain that pain. But if you shift your focus, if you affirm health and well-being, your subconscious will work toward that reality instead. So, if you want to heal, start by changing your inner dialogue. Instead of talking about sickness, talk about health. Instead of focusing on limitations, visualize yourself strong and full of vitality. History has shown us that the subconscious is always listening, and it takes its cues from what you repeatedly tell it. Chapter 5. Mental Healings in Modern Times. Healing through the subconscious mind isn't just an ancient practice. It's something we see in modern medicine, psychology, and even science. Doctors and researchers have proven that the mind has a direct influence on the body. One of the most fascinating examples of this is the placebo effect. Picture this. A man goes to the doctor with a serious illness. The doctor gives him a pill and tells him, "This is a powerful new drug that will cure you." The man takes it, and within weeks, he's completely healed. Later, he discovers the pill was just a sugar tablet, no actual medicine at all. What healed him? His belief in the treatment. His subconscious accepted the idea that he was getting better, and his body responded accordingly. Murphy shares many examples of people who have healed themselves through faith, visualization, and affirmation. A woman suffering from severe arthritis begins affirming every day, "My joints are flexible and pain-free." She visualizes herself walking effortlessly. Over time, her pain disappears. A man with chronic heart disease begins meditating on the idea of a strong, healthy heart. He lets go of fear and focuses on wellness. Soon his symptoms improve, and his doctors are amazed. The subconscious mind doesn't differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. If you consistently see yourself as sick, your body will follow that script. But if you train your mind to believe in healing, your body can make that belief a reality. So, the challenge is this. What beliefs are you reinforcing? Are you telling your subconscious that you're weak, sick, or doomed? Or are you programming it with thoughts of health, vitality, and energy? Every thought is like a seed planted in the subconscious. The ones you nurture will grow. Chapter 6. Practical Techniques in Mental Healings. Healing with the subconscious mind is not about luck or wishful thinking. It follows a structure just like engineering or architecture. Murphy compares it to building a bridge. You wouldn't just throw materials together and hope for the best. You'd use specific principles, calculations, and techniques to create a strong foundation. The same is true for mental healing. One of the most powerful techniques is visualization. Let's say you have a health issue. Instead of focusing on the illness, close your eyes and picture yourself completely well. Imagine every detail, how it feels to be energetic, how your body moves with ease, how you smile and enjoy life. The more vividly you can see it, the stronger the impression on your subconscious. Another method is affirmation. Words are incredibly powerful, and the subconscious mind responds to repetition. If you keep saying, "I am full of life and energy," or "every cell in my body is healthy and vibrant," those words will begin to shape your reality. But here's the key. It's not just about saying the words. You must feel them. Speak with conviction, as if the healing is already happening. Gratitude is another tool. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, focus on what's already right. If you have pain in one leg, be grateful for the other leg that works perfectly. If you're recovering from illness, thank your body for healing. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, reinforcing positive energy in the subconscious. Prayer is also a powerful method, not just in a religious sense, but as a focused communication with the subconscious. When you pray or meditate on health and wellness, you are directing your subconscious toward a specific outcome. And just like a seed planted in good soil, that thought will grow and manifest. The most important takeaway from this chapter is that healing isn't random. It follows specific principles. If you apply these techniques, visualization, affirmation, gratitude, and faith, you are actively shaping your subconscious, and in turn, your reality. Chapter 7. The tendency of the subconscious is lifeward. Your subconscious mind has one fundamental mission: to sustain life, to promote health, to keep you moving forward. It is constantly working in the background, repairing your body, digesting your food, healing wounds, and even directing inspiration when you need it most. But the problem is that most of us interfere with this natural tendency. Imagine a river flowing effortlessly downstream, carving out valleys, sustaining forests, and nourishing life. This is how your subconscious operates: smooth, uninterrupted, always moving forward. Now picture someone throwing large boulders into the river, blocking its natural path. This is what happens when we constantly fill our minds with fear, doubt, and negativity. We disrupt the natural flow of life's intelligence within us. Dr. Murphy shares a powerful insight. It is abnormal to be sick. It simply means you are going against the stream of life and thinking negatively. Think about that for a moment. Your body is designed to heal itself. Your mind is wired for growth. And yet, how often do we sabotage this natural process by focusing on limitations instead of possibilities? A fascinating example of this can be seen in people who experience spontaneous healing. Throughout history, countless individuals have overcome supposedly incurable diseases through unwavering belief in their recovery. Their minds aligned with the subconscious natural tendency toward health, and their bodies followed. The takeaway? When we stop resisting, stop focusing on illness, and start affirming health, our subconscious mind does the rest. So, what's the lesson here? Stop feeding your mind thoughts that contradict its natural tendency. The next time you're faced with a problem, whether it's a health issue, financial stress, or emotional turmoil, remind yourself that life itself is working in your favor. Your subconscious is programmed to lead you toward harmony. Trust it. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Chapter 8. How to get the results you want. We've all experienced moments where the harder we try, the more elusive our goal becomes. It's like struggling to fall asleep. The more you force it, the more awake you feel. The same principle applies to success, healing, and personal growth. Murphy introduces the concept of reversed effort, the paradox that trying too hard often pushes what we want further away. Imagine holding a bar of soap in a bathtub. If you grip it too tightly, it slips right out of your hands. But if you hold it gently, it stays put. This is how the subconscious works. When we stress, overthink, and obsess, we create resistance. But when we trust, relax, and allow, things begin to flow. A great example of this is athletes who use visualization to enhance their performance. Instead of straining to be faster or stronger, they vividly imagine themselves winning, crossing the finish line, feeling victorious. This mental rehearsal sends a clear message to the subconscious, which then works to make it a reality. Murphy emphasizes that faith, not force, is the key to results. When you desire something, don't plead, don't worry, and don't try to force it into being. Instead, picture it vividly. Feel the joy of already having it and let go. The subconscious responds best when you are relaxed and confident. If you've been struggling to achieve something, take a step back. Stop trying to force results. Instead, engage your imagination, hold the vision of success, and allow the subconscious to guide you effortlessly toward it. Chapter 9. How to use the power of your subconscious for wealth. Money, success, and prosperity aren't just about external effort. They begin in the mind. Murphy makes a bold statement. Wealth is simply a subconscious conviction on the part of the individual. In other words, if you believe in abundance, it will manifest in your life. But if you believe in scarcity, you will constantly struggle. Many people unknowingly block wealth because they hold deep-seated negative beliefs about money. Some feel guilty about wanting financial success. Others believe that money is evil or that you have to struggle and work endlessly to attain it. These beliefs become the boulders in the river, preventing the natural flow of prosperity. Murphy shares a compelling story about an executive who traveled the world on a luxurious salary while doing very little work. He admitted that many people in his company knew more about business than he did, but they lacked the wealth mindset. They didn't believe they deserved success, and so they never attained it. The secret to financial abundance is reprogramming the subconscious mind. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, say, wealth is flowing to me in expected and unexpected ways. Instead of envying successful people, celebrate their success and affirm that you too are on the path to financial freedom. One powerful technique is to repeat the word wealth to yourself before sleep, feeling the essence of abundance as you drift off. Murphy explains that the subconscious mind magnifies whatever you impress upon it. If you consistently plant the seed of wealth, your external world will eventually reflect it. The question to ask yourself is, what do you believe about money? Are you reinforcing scarcity, or are you programming your subconscious for prosperity? The choice is yours. Chapter 10. Your Right to be Rich. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle their whole lives? The answer, Dr. Joseph Murphy explains, lies not in external circumstances but in the mind. Wealth is not just about money, it's a state of being, a mental attitude. Imagine two people, both equally intelligent and hardworking. One thrives financially, while the other barely makes ends meet. What separates them? It's their beliefs about money. The person who believes wealth is good, natural, and abundant attracts it. The person who subconsciously associates money with greed or guilt unknowingly repels it. Murphy challenges the idea that money is evil or that wanting wealth is selfish. He states plainly, poverty is a mental disease. Just as the body can be sick, so can the mind when it holds limiting beliefs about financial abundance. He reminds us that money is simply a tool, an exchange of energy that allows people to create, serve, and live fully. One striking example is a businessman who once struggled to make ends meet. Instead of focusing on lack, he started affirming daily, money flows freely and easily into my life. I use it wisely and for good. Within months, unexpected opportunities opened up, and his financial situation turned around. If you want to attract wealth, Murphy suggests 3 key steps. Let go of guilt or negative associations with money. Develop an attitude of gratitude for financial abundance. Regularly affirm your right to prosperity, knowing that your subconscious will align to make it your reality. Wealth isn't something to be chased. It's something to be aligned with. Change your thoughts, and your financial life will follow. Chapter 11. Your subconscious mind as a partner in success. Success isn't an accident. It's a state of mind. Dr. Murphy teaches that achieving success in any field begins with the thoughts you feed your subconscious. What you consistently think about, believe in, and expect, your subconscious works to manifest. Consider Thomas Edison. He conducted over 1,000 failed experiments before successfully inventing the light bulb. What kept him going? It wasn't luck. It was an unshakable belief in his success. His subconscious mind held the image of his goal so strongly that failure wasn't an option. Murphy explains that success is a blend of passion, persistence, and belief. When you clearly define your goal and impress it upon your subconscious mind with unwavering faith, opportunities seem to appear almost magically. A young man who dreamed of owning a pharmacy did exactly this. He visualized himself running his own store, affirming it daily. Though he had no initial capital, events unfolded that led to him securing a loan and launching a thriving business. The process is simple. Clearly define what success looks like for you. Visualize and affirm this goal daily as if it's already happening. Act with confidence, knowing your subconscious is aligning circumstances in your favor. Success isn't just about hard work. It's about programming your subconscious to lead you toward the right people, ideas, and opportunities. Chapter 12. Scientists use the subconscious mind. Throughout history, some of the greatest scientific breakthroughs didn't come from brute intellectual effort, but from moments of inspiration, insights that seemed to come from nowhere. Murphy argues that these flashes of genius come from the subconscious mind. Take Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors of all time. Instead of building prototypes through trial and error, Tesla first constructed his inventions in his mind. He would visualize every detail, every moving part, and run the machine in his imagination until it was perfect. Only then would he build it, and astonishingly, it worked exactly as he had envisioned. Another example is the famous discovery of the benzene ring by Friedrich Kekulé. He had spent years struggling to understand its structure. One night, after relaxing his conscious mind, his subconscious presented the answer in a dream. He saw a snake biting its own tail, forming a perfect circle. This vision led to one of the most important discoveries in chemistry. Murphy teaches that anyone can tap into this hidden intelligence. The key is to stop overanalyzing and allow the subconscious to work its magic. If you have a problem you can't solve, try this. Before sleeping, clearly state your problem in your mind and ask your subconscious for a solution. Let it go and trust the answer will come. Pay attention to intuitive flashes, dreams, or sudden insights in the following days. Your subconscious is like a supercomputer processing data beyond what your conscious mind can grasp. Learn to trust it, and it will guide you to solutions you never thought possible. Chapter 13. Your subconscious and the wonders of sleep. Imagine waking up one morning with the perfect solution to a problem that had been bothering you for days. It just came to you, seemingly out of nowhere. This, Dr. Joseph Murphy explains, is the power of your subconscious mind working while you sleep. Sleep isn't just for rest. It's an active period where the subconscious mind processes information, repairs the body, and even delivers answers to problems. Great minds throughout history have tapped into this secret. Thomas Edison, for example, would take short naps with metal balls in his hands. The moment he drifted into sleep, his muscles would relax, the balls would drop, and the noise would wake him, allowing him to capture creative ideas from his subconscious. Murphy advises using this power intentionally. Before going to bed, instead of replaying worries and fears, give your subconscious a clear instruction. If you need an answer, affirm to yourself, "My subconscious mind knows the solution, and it will reveal it to me in the morning." He even suggests keeping a dream journal, as dreams often contain symbolic messages from the deeper mind. This chapter also highlights the importance of quality sleep. Lack of sleep leads to irritability, confusion, and even health problems. But when you get deep, restful sleep, your subconscious mind works in harmony with your body, restoring balance and vitality. Tonight, before you drift off, take a moment to set a positive intention. Your subconscious is always listening. Chapter 14. Your subconscious mind and marital problems. Relationships can be challenging, but what if the real problem isn't external? It's subconscious. Murphy explains that many marital conflicts arise because of deep-seated beliefs and subconscious conditioning. Think about it. If a person constantly expects disappointment in their marriage, their subconscious will make sure they find reasons to feel disappointed. If they believe deep down that love fades, they will unknowingly create situations where love does exactly that. The subconscious mind doesn't judge. It simply manifests what it's been programmed to accept. But here's the good news. The same process can work in the opposite direction. A couple that prays together, visualizes harmony, and speaks words of love and appreciation programs their subconscious for a strong, fulfilling relationship. Murphy strongly believes that couples who reinforce positive thoughts about each other will see those thoughts reflected in their relationship. He shares the story of a woman who was on the verge of divorce. Instead of focusing on her husband's faults, she began affirming daily, "I radiate love and harmony. My husband is kind, loving, and devoted." Slowly, her perception of him changed, and in turn, so did his behavior. Their relationship transformed, not because she forced him to change, but because she changed the subconscious story she was telling herself. If you want to improve your relationship, start with your thoughts. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, visualize what's right. Your subconscious will take care of the rest. Chapter 15, Your Subconscious Mind and Your Happiness. What if happiness wasn't something you searched for, but something you created from within? Murphy makes a powerful claim. Happiness is a habit, and like any habit, it can be cultivated. Many people believe they'll be happy when they get a promotion, when they find love, when they achieve a certain goal. But Murphy argues that this mindset is flawed. Happiness isn't about circumstances. It's about perspective. If you always tie your happiness to external events, you'll never be in control of it. The happiest people, he explains, are those who train their subconscious to expect joy. They start their mornings with gratitude. They look for the good in every situation, and they refuse to dwell on negativity. As a result, their subconscious mind aligns with happiness, bringing more reasons to feel joyful into their lives. Murphy tells the story of a businessman who was constantly stressed. His work consumed him, and he rarely felt at peace. One day, he decided to try a simple exercise. Every morning, before getting out of bed, he repeated, "I choose happiness today." At first, it felt forced, but after a few weeks, something shifted. He began noticing small joys throughout his day. He handled stress better, and eventually, he realized he had rewired his subconscious for happiness. So here's the challenge. What are you telling your subconscious about happiness? Are you constantly affirming stress and frustration, or are you choosing to plant seeds of joy? Start today. Say it out loud, "I choose happiness." The more you say it, the more your subconscious will believe it. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Chapter 16, Your Subconscious Mind and Harmonious Human Relations. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to attract kindness, respect, and love wherever they go, while others constantly find themselves in conflict? According to Dr. Murphy, our relationships are a direct reflection of our subconscious beliefs. Imagine you walk into a room with a scowl on your face, expecting others to be rude to you. Chances are your expectations will be met. But if you walk in with warmth, expecting friendliness, you're far more likely to receive it. This isn't magic. It's the subconscious mind at work, shaping the way we perceive and interact with the world. One powerful lesson in this chapter is the importance of inner speech. If you constantly criticize someone in your mind, even if you never say a word aloud, your subconscious projects that energy, and it influences how they respond to you. Murphy shares a story of a man who disliked his boss intensely. Every day he mentally cursed him. But when he learned to replace his resentment with silent affirmations of goodwill, his boss's attitude toward him changed dramatically. Murphy also reminds us of a simple but profound truth. The way you think, feel, and act toward others returns to you. If you wish others success, you attract success. If you celebrate the victories of others, you create the conditions for your own. So here's a challenge. The next time you feel irritation or resentment toward someone, pause. Replace those thoughts with well wishes. You might be surprised at how quickly relationships transform when you shift what you feed your subconscious. Chapter 17, How to Use Your Subconscious Mind for Forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most difficult yet liberating things we can do. And according to Murphy, it's not just an act of kindness toward others, it's essential for our own mental and emotional well-being. Picture this. You're carrying a heavy backpack filled with anger, resentment, and past hurts. Every step feels harder than it should. But what if you could just set it down? That's what true forgiveness does. It's not about excusing bad behavior or pretending something didn't hurt. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of negative emotions. Murphy explains that when we refuse to forgive, we trap ourselves in a cycle of pain. Our subconscious holds on to the hurt and replays it over and over, affecting our mood, our health, and even our opportunities. He shares a remarkable story of a man who was deeply wronged in business. For years, he held on to his resentment, but when he finally decided to bless those who had betrayed him, his luck changed almost overnight. New business deals came through and his stress disappeared. One of Murphy's most powerful teachings is that forgiveness is love in action. When we replace resentment with goodwill, we allow the subconscious mind to heal us. Here's a simple practice. If someone has wronged you, instead of dwelling on their faults, mentally wish them peace and happiness. Do this every time they come to mind. You'll know you've truly forgiven when you can think of them without feeling bitterness. Letting go isn't always easy, but the alternative, carrying pain forever, is far worse. Chapter 18. How your subconscious removes mental blocks. Have you ever felt stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, you keep hitting an invisible wall? Murphy teaches that these mental blocks are not caused by external circumstances. They are created in the subconscious mind. Imagine a student who believes they are bad at math. No matter how much they study, they struggle. But is the problem really their ability, or is it their subconscious belief holding them back? Murphy explains that what we accept as true in our subconscious becomes our reality. One of the most effective ways to remove a mental block is to stop struggling and start trusting. Murphy gives the example of a man who couldn't get a promotion. He worked harder and harder, but nothing changed. Then he decided to visualize himself in the new position, feeling successful and capable. Within weeks, circumstances shifted, and he was offered a promotion. The subconscious mind responds best to positive expectation. Instead of saying, "I'll never figure this out," say, "The answer is already within me." Instead of, "I can't succeed," say, "Success is natural for me." The next time you feel blocked, remember this. The solution already exists in your subconscious. Trust it. Chapter 19. How to use your subconscious mind to remove fear. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience. But what if it's just an illusion, one that can be erased? Dr. Joseph Murphy describes fear as man's greatest enemy, a thought pattern that, when unchecked, shapes our reality in ways we don't want. Imagine a child terrified of the dark, convinced that monsters lurk under the bed. The fear feels real until someone turns on the light and proves that nothing was ever there. Murphy argues that most of our fears work the same way. We imagine failure, loss, rejection, or danger, and because we believe in them, they manifest in our lives. But when we confront our fears, they often dissolve, just like the imaginary monster in the dark. One of the most effective techniques he suggests is doing the thing you fear. He shares a story of a man paralyzed by the fear of public speaking. Instead of avoiding it, he repeated to himself each night before bed, "I am calm, confident, and I speak with ease." Within weeks, he was able to stand before an audience without panic. The subconscious mind responds to repeated affirmations and mental imagery. If you keep telling yourself, "I am fearless and full of faith," your subconscious will accept it as truth. If you visualize yourself successfully overcoming a fear, whether it's heights, speaking, or failure, your subconscious will start working to make it real. So here's your challenge. Take one fear, no matter how small, and face it. Speak the words, "Fear has no power over me." Step into it with faith, and watch what happens. Chapter 20. How to stay young in spirit forever. Aging is inevitable, but growing old in spirit is a choice. Murphy explains that you are as young as you think you are, and the secret to staying youthful isn't found in a bottle of anti-aging cream, but in your mindset. Think of two people in their 70s. One complains about aches, regrets the past, and feels like their best years are behind them. The other is filled with enthusiasm, trying new things, and embracing life with joy. Who is truly younger? According to Murphy, it's not the body that determines age, it's the mind. Fear of aging itself is one of the biggest culprits of premature decline. He shares the case of a man who constantly worried about getting old, and sure enough, his health deteriorated rapidly. But when he shifted his focus to youthful energy, joy, and purpose, he regained vitality. Murphy's advice: keep learning, stay curious, laugh often. He encourages people to take up new hobbies, surround themselves with youthful-minded individuals, and focus on gratitude and love. The subconscious mind responds to what we feed it. So if we continually affirm, I am strong, healthy, and full of life, it will shape our reality to match. So don't count your years, count your joys. Keep dreaming, keep growing, and remember, your spirit is ageless.